Hey everyone, and welcome back to Knowledge Doctor. Today we are diving into 12 essential terms you absolutely need to know if you want to understand the world of generative AI. So whether you are a beginner or a professional, so these are the building blocks behind the tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Google Gemini. So let's get started. If you are new to my YouTube channel and just click the video for the first time, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. As well as if you wanted to build here GenAI project from scratch, you can also follow this series that's called GenAI projects. I'll attach this link in the video description. You can easily get it. I divided the 12 prompts into 4 sections. In the section number, let's see the core AI foundations. The first one is about the large language model, I mean LLMs. So LLMs stand for large language model, advanced AI system trained on massive text datasets to understand and generating the human-like text. Think of it as a brain behind the ChatGPT. It's mean that large language model is nothing but any kind of AI system and which one is trained on massive amount of data. It can be the document, it can be the formula, it can be the books, it can be anything else. So to understand and generate the human-like text that the human can actually write. So this is called the large language model. Simple, super simple. The second one is transformers. See transformers. इलेक्ट्रिक का खंबा में जो होता है ना वो ट्रांसफॉर्मर नहीं. This is the transformer in the machine learning terms. So transformers are the architectures that made modern AI possible. They use something called the self-attention. See, the most important thing, the self-attentions to understand the relationship between the words, see words, and making them super powerful for the large language model. I mean, sorry, for the language understanding, so that the machine can understand the language because machine just think about the numerical data. Now the transformer have the attentions mechanisms, so it will actually help them to understanding the language, the different language, because you know that transformer is making for the language translation actually. The third one is called the prompt engineering. So this is the art of talking to AI effectively. That how you can basically communicate with the AI by designing the right prompt. By designing the right prompt, you can control how an AI is basically response, whether it will generating the stories, code, or insight. So if you are giving the good quality prompt, so you may get one good results. So this is the section number one, where we see the large language model. What are the LLMs? What are the transformers, and what are the actually prompt engineering? Okay, now let's go to the sections number two. Section number two is the model customizations. So the model customization, that is a term called the fine tuning. So what is the fine tuning actually? So fine tuning means taking an existing AI model, you can take the GPT model or the Google Gemini, and retaining it for a specific purpose, for a specific purpose. Let's say I'm going to creating here a chatbot which can chat, which have the informations about my company. So the fine tuning means you are taking an AI model. It can be the Grok, it can be the Google Gemini, it can be the Claude, or it can be the Chat GPT models. So you're just going to retaining it for the specific purpose. So for my case, I just make it for my company. So like medical diagnosis, you can see that medical diagnosis, the legal documents, and the customer services, you can actually use it for the fine tuning purposes. Now the fifth one is called the embedding. So what is called actually embeddings? So embeddings are how AI represent the data. How AI represent the data, like word or images as a numerical vector, because we know that computer doesn't understanding here the textual data. We need to pass it in the form of numerical vectors. So from the vector, we can basically calculate the distance. We can calculate the some kind of things in the case of transformers. So these help the AI understand meaning, find the similarity, and also the search efficiently, so that it can search it efficient way. That's why embedding is basically used. Now let's see another term that's called the RAG. So retrieval augmented generations. So RAG is a powerful technique that combines the knowledge retrieval with the text generations. It will just retrieving something from the database, So it helps the AI produce the accurate, the factual answers by pulling information from the external database. External data, which one is nothing but the vector raster database. Vector raster DB, vector DB, you can say that. So if you're not creating here the rack system, or if you're to do the fine tuning, you can see that I will build here 19 projects. Okay. So you can also follow here my multi-bird series. Okay. multiverse of 100 plus data science series. So here you already build here 84 plus projects. So you can also follow this out to make you reasoning in high level. Okay. Now let's go to the next sections. So next section is about the model mechanics. So the model mechanics, you can see the first one is tokens. So what is token actually? So token are the smallest piece of the text AI model process actually. Let's say my name, let's say Mishu. So what it can do, it will just convert them into a token. Let's say give it here token as let's say 101 in a numerical way, tokens. Okay, I just give it here some vectors. So token is nothing but a small piece of AI model actual process. So there could be a word, it can be a word, it can be a subword. So let's say I have a word called, let's say beautiful, let's say beautiful. So what it can do, it will just convert them into the actually tokens. Let's say it will making the beauty as a one word and full is another one. Tokens, right? Or the characters. You can also do the character wise. Let's say B is a characters, E is a character, A is a character, U is a character, T is a character, and I is a character, F is a character. Like that, it will do the character based tokenizations. The most important one that is used by the ChatGPT is called the subword tokenizations. Okay. So the more token a model can handle, it more it can understand it one go. Okay. So more token we give it to here, it will try to tackling this out. Okay, tackle this out. Now the hallucinations, the most important part here. So how an AI gives a wrong but confident answers. AI is wrong but confident answer. Let's say I am asking questions. What is the capital of the India? So obviously Delhi. Okay, but if I say that no, it is Kolkata, strongly confident. Okay, confident that yes, Kolkata is the capital city of India. Wow, that's the wrong answers. So that's called the hallucinations. That's called the hallucinations. So it is a key challenge in ensuring the AI reliability. Okay, it is also an uh, the wrong things. Okay, hallucinate like that. Same thing in the overfitting and underfitting problems. Now let's see zero shot learnings. So this mean the AI can perform new tasks without the training examples, without the training example. You don't need to give it to here any kind of training examples. It simply understand the instructions based on it prior learning. First they actually learn, they actually work based on that. It is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool, right? So if it is look pretty cool, so you can comment below that. Now let's go the next sections, I mean the last section. Let's go the model thinking and the control. So the first one is called the chain of thought. So this technique lets AI think out loud by breaking complex problem into the simpler or smaller reasoning step. So what it can do, it will have, let's say I have on the complex task, it will just break down this one into some kind of reasoning steps. It's basically improving the accuracy and the transparency. That's why chain of thought is basically used. Chain of thought is basically used in terms of the modern thinking and the controls. Now the 11 one, let's go the context window. So the context window is how much the text the AI can basically remember in one conversations. In one conversation, let's say we have a sentence, we have a one sentence, and we have other sentence, then other sentence. So let's say AI just remembered those two sentence, okay, and it forgot those things. It's mean that the context window is nothing but the two, how much it can remember. So the bigger window means better understanding and the longer, more coherent answers. Okay, how the window is actually coming out. It's look like the sliding window, right? Okay. Now let's see the last one was called the temperatures. Okay, temperatures. So temperatures basically control the creativity versus the accuracy. See again, temperature control here the creativity versus accuracy. So a low temperature gives the focused and the factual output, while a high one make responses more creative and the random. You can give it a temperature to 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, so you can say that if you give here and low temperatures is basically give you some focused answers or the factual output. But if you are while you are giving a high one, it basically make the response if are more creative and the randomness. Okay, so those are the 12 terms that you to know while you are starting learning about the GenAI. Okay. Okay, that's it for today now. I hope you enjoyed this full tutorial and make sure to subscribe to channels and share with your friends. And thank you and bye bye.